Here we have for sale our 2017 on a 17 plate Fiat Doblo cargo. This is the SX model, which it refers to the spec, which I'll of course talk you through in this video. This is the XL model, which means it is the long wheelbase and the high roof. This has got the 1.6 multi-jet engine, which has got 105 brake horsepower and is also accompanied by a 6-speed manual gearbox. Well, as I mentioned, what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec which you get on a Doblo SX XL, and we'll also talk you through a little bit about the condition of this particular model, seeing as it is currently available for sale at the time of recording. So starting here at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this vehicle is spec'd with rear barn doors. What I mean by that are doors which open in that sort of fashion. You can see here that the van's doors are split in a sort of 60-40 rear split just here. And looking at these rear doors, have a good look at the condition. So we can use the reflections, and you'll see me do this at a number of points during this video, to have a look at any dents, marks, scratches, anything like that which I can see on the bodywork of the van. And I gotta say, all in all, it's looking very, very nice. There is a little touch in just here, but otherwise it's looking really, really nice. Also then, the rear bumper, you can see here part of the spec on this van. You've got integrated rear parking sensors there, very neatly done. And while we're down here, you can see the full model derivative here. So Doblo XL, as I mentioned, that's extra large effectively, so long wheelbase and high roof, and then 105 multi-jet just there as well. If we open up the rear barn doors, we can then take a look at the load area inside. When you open up the rear barn doors, first thing you'll see, of course, that it is ply lined. But I'd like to point your attention to these little yellow tabs just here. If you give those a little push, you can then open the rear doors up to their 180-degree position for maximum accessibility, and you can do that with both rear doors. Of course, they will lock into place at 90 degrees if you want to, but for maximum accessibility, you can open them right out like so. And this gives me a chance then to show you the condition here of these rear doors, and as you can see, in exceptional order, clearly not having done any hard work in its previous life. Looking then further inside the cab, again the ply lining continues to protect the inside of the van from any outward dents. Same on the other side, and you can also see here that we've got a hard wearing plastic floor in here as well, and you've got plenty of tie down points in the back of the van. In terms of condition, it's looking really, really nice in the back of here. One thing which you may have seen in the title of the advert, if you've seen this vehicle listed on our website, bridgenvans.co.uk, you'll see that this vehicle has a 1,000 kilogram or 1 ton payload. So fantastic payload, which payload refers, if you don't know, to the amount of weight that you can carry in the back of this vehicle. So fantastic payload for a vehicle of this size, class leading for a vehicle of this size. And to put that into comparison, you would generally need to be looking at something like a Renault Traffic or Transit Custom, something along those lines, to get to 1,000 kilos in the back. So very, very unique in that respect. The Vauxhall Combo, which is effectively the same van as well, that will also do it, but as I say, you don't see that very often on a van of this size. Looking then down the passenger side of the vehicle here, again, looking at those reflections, it's all looking really, really straight and clean. If there's anything on here which I can see, of course I will point it out. We've got a couple of little touch-ins just here. Yeah, there's a couple of small little touch-ins here on this side loading door, but again, that is being very critical. Otherwise, looking really, really nice there down the passenger side. We have got on this particular van as well twin side loading doors, another lovely feature to have. Of course, just gives you access then from both sides, and this also then gives me another aspect then to show you. We've got the factory fitted bulkhead just there. Of course, these can be removed if you want to, so they are just bolted in around the outside, and condition of that all looking very, very nice. There is actually as well some storage here above the cab, handy bit of storage to have indeed. Shut in the side loading door, you can then open up the passenger door. You can have a look inside here. So again, looking at the door card, it's all looking very nice indeed. Step, floor, seats, all looking spot on just there. So I've got this very strange little bit of storage at the back of the seat just there, possibly for some paperwork. But again, inside the cab, very much like the outside, condition seems to be very good. Colour-coded wing mirrors in this lovely metallic grey, and you've also got front fog lights on the SX model as well. In terms of condition here at the front plastic bumper is all looking very nice. And then at the bonnet as well, there's no excessive stone chipping or anything like that on the bonnet. Of course, I hope the camera is conveying this accurately as possible. Again, looking down the driver's side just here, this is where of course you can see the other side loading door. Usually you would just get a side loading door on a normal van, you'd get one on the passenger side. So having a look down here for any dents or ripples or anything, there's a couple of very small little pin dents just on this ridge just here, but again very minor, and very similar to the other side. There are a couple of small touch-ins here, one just here, one just here, a couple of small little touch-ins, but as I say, overall, as I'm sure you'll agree, that's a very presentable van indeed. I think it looks fantastic in that metallic grey, and such an unusual spec. As I mentioned, twin side loading doors, so you've got the driver's side loading door there as well. Looking really smart. If we open up the driver's door then, we can have a look at the spec that you get inside here. So on top of the driver's door, you've got electric windows. We've also got electric mirrors up here. You can see that we've got two keys with the vehicle. We've got one full remote key and then one as a non-remote spare. We've got the multifunctioning steering wheel. On this steering wheel, this is where you can control your phone. So you've got Bluetooth phone prep on here. And then on the left-hand side, this is where you can control the radio just there. Having a look at the driver's seat, all in very good order. There's no rips, tears, cigarette burns, anything like that. You have got a driver's armrest. And then looking down here, plenty of adjustability. So you've got height adjustability here and backrest adjustability as well. Jumping into the cab then. Mileage on this particular example, 54,404 miles. As I mentioned near the start of the video, 6-speed manual gearbox, which is very, very nice to have. You can see as well the vehicle is running at the moment, so it's all idling correctly. There's no warning lights or anything like that on the dashboard. Looking at the radio here, again very straightforward, but in terms of condition in the cab, that's the thing that really strikes me in here, is how lovely the condition is. Looking down by the handbrake, we've got a USB and AU export, and you've also got a 12-volt socket just there as well. Jumping out of the cab, just to summarise this particular vehicle, so this is a 2017 on a 17 plate Fiat Doblo cargo. This is the long wheelbase high roof, or L2H2 or XL, whichever you want to call it. It's the SX model with the 1.6 multi-jet 105 brake horsepower engine, accompanied by a 6-speed manual gearbox. Lovely condition throughout. Of course, you're going to get the odd little stone chip or touch in here or there, as I'm sure you'll agree, very presentable indeed. If you'd like to inquire, please feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign. We can arrange finance on all of our vans starting as low as 7.9% APR, so by all means give us a call and we can give you an accurate quote over the phone for finance. We can also take cars or vans in part exchange as well, and we can deliver our vehicles nationwide. Thank you very much for watching.